let's get ready for some radioactive Yelawolf. Now, in 2011, if you don't know who Yelawolf is, he's kind of this really off-kilter southern rapper who has an affinity for country and southern drawl type music. But he's also somewhat like Eminem, but just if you take that trailer park-esque atmosphere and put some hay bales around it, you're gonna have Yelawolf. So he may not be like super country, but he's not a city slicker. So that's what you get. 2011, he was really brewing. He had some stuff going on. This was probably a point for a rapper. This is the kind of stuff where debuts get so touted because it was similar to Snoop Dogg's Doggy Style, where he just had good looks. Plus, he partnered with Eminem's label, and it just had a lot of anticipation for his 2011 CD. Now, if you can think about it, there's actually not as many people this decade that have been able to do that. So, like you think, well, obviously Drake is one of them, but as far as similar people, the Tech Nine and Eminem and Twista and those type people, there's not as many who've been this hyped. So the problem with this CD is, I need to get my list. The problem with this CD itself is just that I think these people wanted to or they wanted to put Yelawolf as if he's kind of a more conscious rapper, and that does not fit him very much, because the answer is he's a powder keg. He's a lot more wild than Eminem is. He'll say things that others won't, and he's just, his personality makes him look as if he's a fireball. He's not a loose cannon, but he's just, off the chain type stuff. And, when you sit this guy down and give him medication and get him talking about, more subjects that do not keep Yelawolf effective, it just really kind of wish-washy. I knew there has to be songs for women. There has to be some subject matter. But I think if he were to have figured out what he wanted to say, it probably would have been a little bit different. So can you smoke this? The answer is yes, you can. The first half of the album is filled with these, high-octane songs. Like, I feel like the song featuring Eminem is an immediate one to go to smoke to. Hard White is a pretty slick song. Good Girl is a surprisingly good one. And possibly Get Away with Mystical. These are all some good ones to smoke to. But every song that I'm getting ready to list to you that I like is effective. So the production, it's handled well. There's some good ones. Good Girl, Write Your Name, Animal, Hard White. A lot of these songs are produced well, but some of the back songs, some of the last couple songs on the album really start trying to push like country rap a little bit too much, and it just doesn't fit him. I think Yelawolf would have done better as just doing a bunch of songs like Hard White. If he just would have come up with just as many effective songs like that, it probably would have added up to a lot more of a demolition type CD. And so the unheard songs. So out of 14 songs, I like 6 of them. Now this is really underwhelming, but I do know Yelawolf is capable just because he was the one that came up with the ideas. So it's not as if you're going to say this time, well, Yelawolf doesn't know what he's doing, because he did know what he was doing. It just, I don't think the marketing knew how to get him money through underground songs. And that's just a problem. he was kind of going the route that Tech Nine went, but not every single person can pull that off. So he was kind of in the middle of the road, and it's just unfortunate. But these songs that are worthwhile are Getaway, Hard White, Growing Up in the Gutter, Throw It Up with Eminem, and Good Girl. Those are 5, and then there's also the song Animal, which kind of has like a house type vibe to it. It's an EDM like song, but it's actually not, that bad. There's a lot of good hooks on this album. So you're going to get some sing-songy songs, but also understand that Yelawolf, like I said, is a powder keg. So you just get these sort of things going. So 6 out of 14. Like I said, it's you're going to be left itching for more, and I know a lot of people are going to feel that. Now, female fans, kind of, you may be at home just because it has a more presentable side to it, but you just got to understand that when someone's out of character, that's not always the best plan. So, I kind of recommend this album, but I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 10. I guess I could give it a 5. I'll give it a 4.5 just because there probably should have been a few more songs. There was an almost song, and that's Write Your Name. That one, it's got nice sentiments to it. You'll probably like it, but I'm looking for the more riled up Yelawolf. But it is an almost song, so 4.5 out of 10. The future Yelawolf dropped Love Story, so you could take a look at that and see what's happening with him further. But I'm hoping that he is not going to put his career on the shelf. I hope he's got at least a couple more albums in him, because he's really only dropped 2 albums. So we need more. We definitely want to see more songs like Hard White up in the club. But the social score, I'm gonna give this a 5.5 out of 10 social, because people are gonna like Yelawolf. His personality is just oozing with likability, and he does show traces of knowing how to get you motivated. So, but and he also appeals to women. He appeals to the radio. There's just all sorts of things on this album, but you just have to decide what you want from it. So can it be topped? Yes, it can. So that's what I think of Radioactive. Definitely don't miss this album for the good songs, because they are boilers. So I give this album a 4.5 out of 10 and a 5.5 social.